Hello again, Taurus. It's Dadhichi here. It's August 2016. I'm from astrology.com.au with your horoscope, a brief synopsis of what's going on for you and what the planets are doing right now. It's an important month. If you were able to tune into the introduction that I gave, you'd understand that the focus that I'm talking about this month is the conjunction of Mars and Saturn, which takes place in your very transformative 8th house. That 8th house is a sexual house. It's a house of shared resources. It's feared by many astrologers who say traditionally that this is a dangerous house. It may or may not be, but it has other connotations as well. But one of the key transits for you this month, and it ties in with this Mars and Saturn conjunction, is the transit of your ruling planet into the sign of Virgo on or around the 6th, I believe. Pardon me. I have the 6th here on my list. And the sign of Virgo, which is your 5th house of love affairs, is what we call the debilitation sign for your ruling planet. So it actually brings the energy level down. It doesn't, look, it's a friendly sign, but it doesn't function as well as, say, in the water signs. It's exalted in the sign of Pisces. But that's not the only thing, because as it enters into this 5th house of Virgo, it moves into the square aspect of the other conjunction I was talking about, the Mars and Saturn. Now the Mars-Venus square is a notorious one for sexual impulse, for really wanting to, give expression to your inner physical desires. It's a little more refined in the sign of Virgo. The problem you've got is that as the month progresses, that Mars energy is going to create more difficulties in that 8th house by mixing its vibrations with those of Saturn. So here we see for you a strong urge, a strong desire to connect and express yourself romantically in relationship, but a problem there with did the light just go on then? Something happened. It's like I had a great idea. So it's sort of like you've got that impulse to achieve that relationship satisfaction, but Saturn will be creating some frustration for you in that respect. There's also, in the sign of Leo, a new moon this month. As you can see, I'm just picking the eye out of the most important transits here, and you can go to the website afterwards. I'll tell you about that because we have a more detailed analysis for you there. But the new moon in the 4th house is a great thing for you. It indicates your domestic sphere may be subjected to change, or you might be starting to feel very creative about how you can really improve your living space and make it, the sort of nest that you really want. And that is very, very important for those born under the sign of Taurus. And then, so that's on the 3rd of August. And then we see on the 18th, as the moon swings around from this conjunction of the sun, what we call the new moon, it will move to the full moon in your 10th house of profession and career. And this month, coincidentally, this is going to be a an eclipse of the transiting moon. So you thought the relationships were important. This is just as important for you. Having that eclipse in the upper part of your horoscope, the most important part of your horoscope, the sign of Aquarius, can really unleash a lot of energy. This may be what I call a force majeure. Something that's out of your hands. There may be something happening in your work that's not altogether easy to deal with. I'm just taking a look here. The planet of force majeure is generally Pluto, and I see actually some good aspects for you in that respect. For example, on the 11th, Mercury in its best sign of Virgo, making a trine aspect to Pluto. That is beautiful. Well, actually, the force majeure is happening because you've got Pluto transiting that 9th house, legal contracts, travels, that sort of thing, communication. And the force majeure may be just some change in your work that requires you to, really change the methodology of how you do things, change your whole approach. It could even be a relocation or change in profession for some of you. The other one is you've got some nice aspects here. You've got the other trine aspect of the Sun in Leo to Uranus. And Uranus is in your 12th house, so this is more or less a spiritual component, one which we mentioned the Sun there being in the 4th house, family, mother, vehicles. This could be some quiet sort of communication that opens doors for you on an emotional level, which you will need this month, given some of those other tough aspects that we saw for your ruling planet. So this is most definitely a revealing month. My suggestion here, especially with respect to work, is you should be prepared. You shouldn't rest on your laurels or just accept the status quo for being what it is. There's an undercurrent going on. You know what I'm talking about there. You're feeling uneasy and the earth may be moving beneath your feet. So tackle that. Don't turn away from it. Be proactive rather than reactive. You're one of the signs that I notice is least equipped to handle forced change. At least if you're on top of this and you could start at least directing how those changes work, you'll be in a lot better position at the end of the month. Join me at astrology.com.au. That's the site, astrology.com.au. You've got the more detailed analysis there, and I do hope to see you again next month. Thanks for joining us today, Taurus. Bye-bye for now.